Good morning, golfers. We're on day 13 of the lockdown. I put a video on a couple of days ago, got a lot of nice reactions, thank you very much. A lot of interest in the putting mat I was using to do the demonstration. The putting mat I'm using is the Putt-In-One golf putting mat. I'm going to show you just a couple of short little videos on how you can use it, and you'll see attached to the video here the link where you can order one for yourself if you want to practice indoors during the lockdown. So let's show you a couple of really simple tricks you can use with the putting mat to improve your putting. So one of the first and easiest exercises I like to use the mat for is just using the dark green and the light green areas of the mat. I like to use this just to help me get my club face in the correct start position. So obviously I want to get my club face as square as I can at address. So if I can see the club face is a little bit closed or a little bit open, the visual from the dark green and light green is going to make that very easy to see if the club face is in the correct position. The second part of this exercise drill is to get the shaft in the correct position. So you can see we have a small yellow dot here just on the edge of the line. This works really well to get the shaft angle in the correct position. So if I start here with my club face in the correct position here, but I can still see the yellow line, it means my shaft is working a little bit too far back, which means I'm going to have too much loft on the club. If I cover the yellow spot up, basically that's going to mean I just have a little bit of forward press, which is just going to be enough to get the club face in the correct position. If I see too much of the yellow line here, I'm probably going to have too much of a forward press, or I'm going to de-loft the club where there won't be enough loft on the club face to get the ball nicely starting to roll. So by just covering that yellow spot up, I'm being able to, one, control the club face with the dark green and the light green line, and I'm able to control the loft or the club shaft position using the yellow dot here. So again, if I see too much of the yellow dot on either side of the shaft, then I'm probably in an incorrect start position. So it's a really simple drill, but great for setup, great for club face alignment, great for shaft angle. Another one of the good features on the putting mat is we can use it to help control our ball position. So in putting, basically we want the ball position to be somewhere between the center of the chest, the sternum bone here, and somewhere about, if you can imagine you had a logo on your t-shirt, or around about where your heart is here, you've got just a little space here where we want the ball to be placed between. That's important so that if we make the correct movement, that we hit the ball slightly on the upstroke, which again promotes a better ball roll. So by using the line here, again the dark and the yellow, the dark and the light green line, it's easy to check where our ball position is relative to our feet. Now, if we can imagine our ball position working up from here, so for me that's about one club head to about two club heads. If I make a line here vertically up from the line between the dark and the light green, then I can see my ball position sits just about here, which is where, more or less where I want it to be, just slightly left of my sternum bone. And as I said earlier, this will help promote us hitting the ball slightly on the upstroke. So again, if I make my good start position, making sure I have the club face in the correct start position, making sure I have the club shaft in the correct start position, now I'm ready to move. I've got the ball position good, and from there I've got a pretty good stable setup position from out here to make my movement. So again, thanks for watching. Check out the Putt-In-One website, puttin1.com, to show you more games and tips on how you can effectively use the Putt-In-One putting mat. I hope to see you all soon again out on the golf course, and in the meantime, stay safe.